Hi everyone and welcome to Nikki's Crafting Creations tutorial on my journey album, and thank you all for purchasing it and I hope you have fun creating. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here is we're just going to go through what you're going to get in your kit. This is exactly how you're going to get it, apart from everything's obviously going to be cellophaned and wrapped up for you. So everything is I've labelled everything, and it includes everything in each little label for each page and how you're going to create it. Okay, so you've got your page 1 inside cover, page 2, page 3, page 4, and that's to make one of the flap things that I've made. And there's page 5, page 6. Now page 6 is a little bit more complicated because obviously we've got the I've made the concertina little tiny flap door bits that I created, but again I will go through it all step by step and show you which pieces you actually need to create it. And then you've got your final back cover, and then you've got your cardstock to create your borders, your decorative borders, and then here you've got your chipboard all ready to make your album. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to just show you through the little embellishment bag. So this is your embellishment bag, but you've got all your little bits and pieces, including your lace, your twine, your buttons, your magnets, some pearls in there, everything to create your album. So what I'll do is I thought it'd be nice if I empty it all out and show you guys what you're actually going to get. So you're going to get some roses. Now again, like I explained, the first album that I showed on my blog had the suitcase on the front. Now obviously I can't sell my kits with a die cut suitcase, so I've had to do a different cover for it, so I decided to do some flowers. Okay, I've got a few leaves there that I'm using. The leaves that you guys are actually going to get will be silk artificial leaves rather than the die cut ones that I've used today. So you're going to get, I'm just going to get another bowl here. So you're going to get some twine in different colours to coordinate with your album. You're getting some ribbon. You're getting all the pearls. Some more ribbon in there. So I'll pop them in there. And then you're getting pearls. Some more pearls. Some little tabs that I've actually punched out using some punch. You're also going to get your little Tim Holtz game spinner, a brad, your rings, magnets, and then finally a little charm. I can't guarantee that every single charm will be exactly the same in the kits, but they will all coordinate with the Journey album. Okay, so just pop those to one side. And what we're going to do is I'm going to start off showing you how to make and create the album. So what you want to do, you need to go back to your, I've got all these in different orders now, but what you need to do is you need to go to your pages and you want to do your front cover. So the first thing you want to do when you open your pack is to take your album chipboard covers, and what I've done is I've just inked the edges first before I start adding any of my papers. So I've used the Faded Jeans Distress Stain. I find this is a lot nicer and gives you a nice, more in-depth colour. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around all the edges of each chipboard page that I've got with the Faded Jeans. It's really easy to do. And then what I also like to do is just go a little bit more in, just in case you cut your card just a little bit too short, it doesn't show when you add it onto your, I mean it isn't completely necessary, but it's something that I like to do when I'm doing any of these type of projects. So we're just going to go through, and you need to do all 4 exactly the same. So what you're going to start off with first is one of your pieces of chipboard, which is going to create your front cover and inside cover. And then you want to go in and get your papers and tags which are labelled front cover. Quite simple. So what you're going to do is you need to take some glue. I'm going to use Cosmic Shimmer glue. You all have your preferences. I know some people like to use their tape and some people like to use Collall glue. It's completely up to you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over my chipboard. If it's going to come out, hang on. It's because I'm lazy and I never cover up the end. So we're just going to brayer over, and that gets rid of any imperfections that you've got where you've glued it. And turn it over. And what you're going to do then is you want to take a nice sharp blade and then just run down. Make sure it goes through everywhere like that. Just going down each side. Go, there's your first cover on your front page. Now before adding the next one, we want to turn it over and you want to just cut your holes out with a hole punch, just so that you can see where they are going to be when you add the next one. I'm going to do the front cover until the very end of the album so that you're not going to squash anything that's on the front cover. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the inside page, page one, inside cover. So you're going to take your paper clip off, take everything off, and then you're going to add that again, the same as we did with the first one. Okay, add a little bit of glue. It does spread nicely once you've got it on if you use your brayer, so you don't need to add a huge amount of glue. And again, centralise it. Now this one's actually got your little pattern up there, so what I want to do is get that so that's in the corner, and then I'm just going to cut that, turn it over, make sure it's kind of square, and then just take your brayer and just go over it, making sure you're getting rid of any imperfections. Okay, and again, the same as with the other one, we're just going to cut down the edges with a sharp bladed knife. There we go. That's it. Just get rid of all your rubbish. So there you have your front cover and your inside cover. Again, we're going to need to just take your crocodile or another hole punch, whichever you've got, and just go through and put your holes in. So turn it over, and now we're going to start creating our little tiny pocket. Just take a scoreboard. So any make is fine. And then you're just going to score along the deep burgundy bit of the pattern on the little tiny pocket. Don't press too hard because it isn't a thick card or anything. You don't want to break through the paper. So nice and gently, and then go around and just there you go. So just pop that out of the way. And then what you're going to do is, what I like to do on my pockets is just get rid of that little tiny corner bit so that you don't have the bits too thick. Okay, so there's your little pocket that we've made to put on the front cover. What I'm going to do is going to get everything ready first, and then we'll start assembling it in a few seconds. So there we go. So now you want to go to your piece of blue card that comes in your kit. Okay, and you want to cut a nice decorative border. And what I tend to do is do it at about 1 inch wide, and that will allow you enough to punch down. And you're going to need a few of these, so if you want to go ahead and cut those, if you cut, I think there's like 3 if not 4, so if you cut 4, okay, so, and then get your punch of your choice. It doesn't have to be a Martha Stewart punch. And then I'm just going to punch those down, just match it up. Oh, there at the end, didn't quite get that bit, that's fine. Just snip that piece. Okay. Get rid of your rubbish. So there's your first little tiny border, and then you're also going to need some lace. So if you go to your lace, this is a different one that I've actually used on this one, and your kit may have one like this or one very similar to the one that I've used on the original one. Now what we need to do, you're going to go down the opposite side to where your hole punches are. Okay, and I'm going to use some tape on this. So you just want to run some tape down like so. I'm going to do a couple of bits. So the first bit you're going to do is you're going to add your decorative blue border. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to take that piece off as well. So what you want to do is when you're lining it up, you want to see quite a bit of the decorative bit. Like so. Okay. And then what you're going to do is just snip the ends off. Like that. And then next is we're going to put the lace on. So you're going to need another piece of tape. I'm using score tape on this. I find this a very good tape to use for lots of different things. Okay, just take that off. Now because this is actually quite a wide ribbon, lace, if you just add that, just want a little bit showing over the border like that. Okay, so again just snip off with some nice sharp scissors. You can tidy it up at the end. I just want to give you an idea on what to do. I have actually included enough lace, you know, so that if you have a little bit of oddments that you're cutting off, it will be fine. Okay, I'm just going to tidy that up just a little bit more, like so. Okay, so there you have it. That's your outer border that we just created. So what we're going to do is we need another piece of tape, and we're going to add the pearls. I'm just going to use my knife to cut, pick that up, and then you're going to go to your pearls. And then what you're going to do is just run them along there, making sure it's straight and cutting off at the end. And now we're going to go back to the pocket that I created earlier, and we're going to add some glue. Again, if you want, you can use tape, it's your preference on it. And then I'm going to centralise that with the holes, not to the end of the album, but just the holes. Okay. Just give that a few seconds to go off. And then if you go, you've got in that in with that page, you'll have a couple of tags and a little bit of a journaling bit. Now, some of the tags you will find I've already pre-cut out for you, but if they aren't, if you just snip away, create that. If you do have the tag die that goes with the luggage and tag die set, of course you can use that. For quickness, I'm just going to snip away. And then you want to take your hole punch and pop a little hole in the tag. And then what I've done with this one is I've gone to my little bits and pieces that I punched out of the Celebrate the Journey card. Decide what colour I want to use. I'm going to go for quite a neutral colour, so I'm just going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue halfway down. There we go, like that. Okay, and then we're just going to add that little tag to, and then some more glue, if it'll come out, getting towards the end of this bottle, and another tag on the back, just to neaten it up. Now if you want, before you add that back bit of circle punch there, if you want, you can actually cut out some plain paper with some lines on, or some if you've got a journaling stamp that you want to use, you can add that on the back, and then you've got some paper that you can journal on the back, and then on here you can put a nice little picture, and then add that in there. And then on this tag I'm going to add a cream piece of ribbon from the kit, and how I add those is I just fold it in half, squeeze the end, and then I'm going to pop that through the little hole, bring it through, take your little end bits, pop those through like so, and that piece through. And there you have some little ribbon bits on your tag. Again, you can neaten them up. It does naturally fray anyway, this seam binding, so it doesn't really matter. And then you've got a little tiny journaling tag. And again, if you want to add something on the back, that's fine. There you go, there you have your first page. And almost forgot, we've got some more pearls to add just at the top of the pocket. So just add some more tape, just take those out so I don't tape them down, and just add those. Now these pearls come from the Hobby House, they do lots of different styles, and they do these creamy ivory colour, or they do them in white. Okay, so there we go, just add your tags and bits to your pocket. So that's your first page.